You know, President Trump's reciprocal tariffs are supposed to take effect tomorrow. But are they even legal? That's a question the appeals court in Washington, D.C. is deciding on right now. And whatever they decide is absolutely going to impact whether or not Trump can move forward with any of his tariffs. Trump himself said today this is America's biggest case. So, of course, we all know that President Trump's reciprocal tariffs, for the most part, are going to take effect tomorrow, August 1st, on almost every country in the world. But today, several U.S. importers and 12 states, including Arizona, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Maine, Minnesota, Nevada, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, and Vermont, argued at the D.C. Appeals Court that Trump's tariffs actions are hurting them financially by increasing their costs and disrupting their operations. And they say Trump does not have the legal or constitutional power to just willy-nilly impose tariffs at whatever rate he wants on the entire world. See, Trump believes there is a national emergency and an unusual and extraordinary threat when it comes to trade deficits and fentanyl. And because of those emergencies, he believes he has every right to impose whatever tariff rate he wants without the consent of Congress. To justify this, he is using a law from the 1970s called the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. And on top of all of that, Trump believes because this is such an emergency, the federal courts have no right to even review his decisions. Well, back in May, a federal trade court agreed with the states and the importers and said Trump did not have unbounded powers to impose these tariffs as he saw fit. And furthermore, the court said that 1970s law did not even include the word tariff. So that shouldn't be one of the tools that Trump is able to use, even if he does feel there's an emergency. The Federal Trade Court ordered the Trump administration to roll back all of the tariffs. Of course, the Trump administration appealed, and that ruling was put on pause until the appeals court in D.C. made a final ruling. Well, today, everyone got their day in court. The Trump administration and this group of importers and states argued in front of this panel of appellate judges in Washington, D.C. Now, as I have reported, the Constitution of the United States explicitly gives Congress the sole power to tax, and tariffs are considered a tax. But a long time ago, Congress delegated a lot of that power to the executive branch. So if you took that at face value, then you would say Trump has every right to do this. But the states and the importers are saying, not so fast. They argue, yeah, the president does have the power to tariff, but not by using that 1970s law. And on top of that, the president does not have the power to unilaterally start and maintain a trade war with the entire world, which is what they say Trump did on Liberation Day back on April 2nd and what they say he is doing tomorrow, August 1st. They say if Trump wants to go this far, he can absolutely do it. But he needs to have the approval of Congress. We are not expecting a ruling from the appeals court today, but regardless of how this turns out, this case is absolutely going to be appealed again to the Supreme Court. So this isn't over.